So we now let's analyze the keys of an update query. The first update query is used to modify the existing records in the table. So you can use the where clause with the update query to update the selected rows. Otherwise, all the rows would be affected. Since the basic syntax of an update query makes use of a use clause, the syntactic rule for making an update clause is as follows. The update table name followed by the set keyword. In the columns, one after the other, we are setting the value for which we need the modification of the columns. So column 1 is set as value 1, column 2 is set as value 2, column 3 is set as value 3, and so on it goes. So based on the number of columns that you accrue in the table, then followed by the where clause, then we give the condition. Condition is also based on some column name. So let's analyze the case of a simple example. So we have an update query processing two ID values. So here the update customers is the table name. So here update customers setting the address to be Pune where the ID is 1, and updating customers setting the address to be Pune with the address is 2. So accordingly, it is not necessary to mandatory to keep each of the values to be same. We can go for sure the page where the debug section we have. We need to have the updation of the queries. So we can go for commenting of these two statements now for the insertion. And similarly, we can go for updating. So we can see that for Ramesh, John, and Abraham, we have the addresses to be Bangalore, so we have a bunch of. So accordingly, based on the ID values or the address and ID values both, we can change up some other values. So we can say that we can with respect to updating the ID value, I can change the address here. So we can give it as the update customers setting the address to be Wellington Street. So the way customers set address to be setting the address to be Wellington Street, where the ID value happens to be 3. So in this case, what happens is that, so we can say for this ID value 3 over here, the Royal Apartments is going to get changed into the Wellington Street. So we can give a debug of this query and we can see the change comes up. So there is a 3 rows getting affected. So we can see for the 3 alone, it is the Wellington Street, and not for the ID values 1 and 2, it remains intact. So that means it's a selective updation with respect to a specific ID value. Now we can do a similar operation where we are interested to have the ID value change for the ID value 2. For we're making this ID value 2, we need the address change. That means SLV apartment has to get changed into some other thing. We can give it as something other than the other ones. We can give it as Royal Apartments. So update customer set address to Royal Apartments with the ID value is 2. So here the ID value is 2. This is SLV apartment is going to get changed into a Royal Apartment. So we can give an execution key and we can see the affected row happening over here. So according to because we saw for the 2, so SLV apartment has got changed into modified into Royal Apartment. And accordingly, for the ID value 1, we can give an updation. So we can do another modification of the same. We can specifically make it for the ID value 1 here. So specific for ID value 1, we are getting setting the address to be a different, we can eliminate as a golden apartments. And this key debug execute of the execution query, and again see the results. See for the value 1, so there is golden apartment, we can see there is a change. So this is how this updation always help in a selective choice of making the modifications.